Okay, hello. So I want to talk about pain, I want to talk about tension, I want to talk about different symptoms for different conditions and why they happen, and why we wait until it's too late before we do something about it. So I want to use a form of analogy where I want you to imagine that you've got one of those old style kettles that you used to have to heat up on the cooker, on the hob. And you fill it with water and you put it on the hob and you put the little lid over the nozzle so that when the water's boiling, it whistles to let you know that it's boiled, okay? So the younger generations might not remember this. The older generations definitely will. So I want you just to imagine that. So you turn on the hob and you walk away and you carry on doing whatever you're doing because you know that you'll be warned once the kettle is boiled. So you carry on doing what you're doing and all of a sudden you start to hear the whistle. So that signifies you the kettle's boiled. So you go into your kitchen, you take the kettle off of the hob and you get that as the water cools down and the whistling simmers back down again. The pressure in the kettle goes down. Okay, that seems pretty normal, right? Now, what happens with us is our emotions are the water in the kettle. And of course our bodies are the kettle itself. And our emotions, okay, when they start heating up, when they start boiling up inside of us, okay, well, we're aware of that because we feel stressed, okay, in whatever way we are, working or outside life, relationships, families, whatever it might be, we feel stress, okay, that the rate at which we're running our lives at 100 miles an hour, we feel stress, okay. So the emotions are welling up inside of us. So anger, fear, frustration, failure, all these different things are going on. We also have good stress as well, of course. But good stress never lands you in symptoms. So we're looking at the negative side of stress. And those emotions are boiling up inside of you. Now, when they reach that boiling point, well, our whistle is a symptom. Is it pain in our back? Is it pain in our shoulder? Is it a physical change to our bodies? Is it a physical change to our digestive system? Okay, what's that boiling over? What's that whistling that's going on with you? The problem we have is, as human beings, we don't understand that our emotions boil up to such a point where we go over the top of our threshold. And that's when the whistling happens. That's when the symptom happens. Whether it's pain, back pain, it could be a physical symptom, whatever I said before. And more, of course. Chronic fatigue, things like that. So it's important that you recognise what's happened emotionally so that you can understand the symptom, so that you can then work away with a solution. It's very important to recognise what's caused you to boil over so you can work with that to create a solution so you come back down again and the symptom goes away. Pain, tension, twisting, whatever it might be. Okay? But the more you let yourself boil over, the more you battle through that, well, what happens to your kettle? Well, eventually, all of the water is going to evaporate if you don't take it off that hob. And then what's going to happen? Well, the element inside is going to start to burn up and melt. It's going to break. It could actually cause a fire. And that's what happens in our bodies. If we do not listen to our emotions, if we do not react to our emotions by creating a solution to those emotions, the symptoms will continue getting worse until you feel like you're broken. Okay. Now, you'll go and you'll get a diagnosis, bulging disc or cervical dystonia or fibromyalgia or Parkinson's or whatever it might be. okay? But ultimately, it's stress and emotion that's created that feeling, that symptom within you. And you must look at what you need to do to readdress that emotion. The symptom will go away. Okay? Good. I really hope that's helped. Just adds a little bit more meat to the bones as to why you feel the way you do. And we can change that, because when we take the medical labels away and we're left with stress and emotions, we can change that. You can change that. So therefore you can get better. Okay? Happy to discuss with anybody. So please contact me if you need to. Okay. Good. Thank you. Bye for now.